Thanks for joining me for another video, and welcome back. So if the video quality looks a little different, I am filming on the GoPro today. I'm planning on doing, I believe this is the third or fourth installment, fourth installment of this brake upgrade. It should hopefully be one of the last main things to do, other than bedding in the pads and stuff like that, but we're gonna try to tackle the e-brake today. This is, if I remember correctly, I think this was from GK Tech. This is the whole kit, not really the kit, but this is the brake lines, e-brake lines that are supposed to convert your S15, your S14, wow, look at this wide shot. This, your S14 rear brakes to be able to convert it into working the Z32 calipers. Right now, other than me bleeding the brakes, which I still have to do, I do have a full working brake setup, the regular brake part of it. But when it comes to the e-brake, there's no working e-brake right now because the old system, the e-brake used to be part of your caliper. And now the e-brake is in kind of like a drum style. This is the old e-brake cable sitting right there. I gotta dismantle that. I have to take apart the whole old e-brake system, which starts from about like this section of the car back. Hopefully I don't have to take off my catback exhaust or drive shaft, because that's going to be a pain in the ass. A couple bolts, I believe, hopefully, just to take that off and then start swapping it over. The one video I did see on this was for S13, so it was the earlier models, and you need a bracket to convert your old brake line system, your old e-brake system to the newer style one. But I don't know if you need it for the S14, so we're going to learn together. We're going to find this one out together. And if I do, I'm just gonna have to run to the store, get some metal, and then I'll make up my own bracket. So let's dive into this. Gotta get some light under the car. I did finally get one of those head mount strap things for this GoPro, so I don't know if I'm gonna use that, but we might try it out. And let's see what's gotta come apart. Get some more light. That is the e-brake right there, that whole setup. This section of it there is from inside the car. There's where it hooks up. The drive shaft's a little bit in the way. The catback's a little bit in the way, but I can unbolt it from right there. So it might not be a big deal. And then I just gotta figure out where these lines run, because they come back this way. I think it's over here, and one goes to the driver's side, one goes to the passenger side. So let me maybe I'll jack this car up a little bit higher, because very close. Then maybe I'll give it another look, or I'll just start unbolting stuff. We're on the head mount. Garbage. I don't know what tools I need, so I just grabbed some like random stuff and go too crazy with it. This exhaust is kind of in the way. I have this section here, from here to there. Not even sure if you guys could see anything, but that section to this section. It seems like it's pretty much in the way, and eventually bolts in right there. So I think I'm going to take off this section of the exhaust, because it's directly in the way of what I need to do. What size bolts do we think this is? 17? No, way too large. Way too large. 14 maybe? That's too small. Oh wait, no. Alright, let me, probably need another 14 to hold the other end, so I'll be right back. So that bolt, hopefully 10 mil, no. Probably a 12, right? I grabbed the 11 like an idiot. Yeah. Let's go up in size here. Okay, it's not that either. I think it's a 12. I did 13. 13's a little loose on it. This is where we gotta pray we don't crack it. I WD-40'd it a little bit. Oh! It's like a little slot. You gotta get it through, I think. It's very hard to tell right now. And it's very rusted. Drive shaft's in the way. Very not I'm not trying to be a friend right now. I'm not trying to remove the drive shaft. If only I had another hand. What if I WD-40 it a little bit? All right, so that was absolute torture. We had the issue, I guess since the age of the car and me living in Northeast doesn't help with the rust, but it was an absolute pain in the ass to get that off the little thing. But we're off. This is what we look like here. This was a piece, hold on, a little head strap is in the way. This is the piece that was attached there. That's the other end. I guess we're gonna measure it out. I think all you really need is it just to be long enough. It doesn't have to be, as you see, these are a lot longer. So I guess that's good. You're better off too long than too short, I guess. So we're gonna throw one in. There was another bolt in a horrible spot also. It's gonna be pretty fun putting it back, but it was like on this arm up there, like kind of attached to the subframe. So probably a lot easier to drop the subframe. Gonna be a pain in the ass putting this back, but I guess we'll try it out. I'll let you know how it goes. It's very easy. Actually, let me unbolt the other side, and then we could try to throw both lines in at the same time. So I got a light, 10 mil. This, like I said, this bolt's in a horrible spot. So let's get to it. See if I could kind of show you where it is. It might be even worse on this one. Yeah, it might be even worse. It is. See, it's under here. It's like up over here somewhere. You're not gonna be able to see anything, so I'm just gonna try to get this off myself, and then I'll come back to you and when we're throwing the new one in. I do have my, looks like my wires for my underglow is attached to that, so we're gonna have to redo that. I was trying to film everything for you guys, but it's very close quarters in there, so got the next one off, which was a big pain in the ass because it's very tight in there. Like I said, if you're able to drop the subframe to do it a little bit, you'll get yourself more space. Just gonna do the reverse of everything. I wound up taking the drive shaft off because those things did not want to come off for the life of me. The hardest part of it was taking that off of that little bracket over there, I guess because of rust. So I'm gonna try to do the reverse of everything. I might try to send it back through first, and I gotta figure out where the hell this bolts back to the subframe because it's very hard to see. I'm probably just gonna have to like fingertip turn it. Let me try to send it through, and then we'll get back when it's time to connect it into here, because I'm not completely sure how to do that myself. So it's gonna be a learning journey together. One side done, and that was a complete pain in the ass because I totally messed up myself. If you want to go back and check out my other, it should be the video before this. Well, in the playlist, I have this whole brake upgrade. I have a playlist for it, so if you go check it out here, I will link the last video that I'm talking about up here. It's doing the rear brakes. So when you're gonna do the e-brake cable, I found out afterwards because I've never done this before. I'm just kind of like figuring it out as I go. This e-brake cable has to hook up to a lever on the whole e-brake assembly, so you basically have to do everything behind your behind the hub. So all this has to come off. I did this side already. I could show you the other side. All this has to come off. 36 millimeter for the axle bolt. I still got to put the other stuff back on. 17s to hold the caliper on. With these arms, they're 19, so I don't know if, I don't remember if all the arms are 19s. These are SPLs. 19 mils, 19 mil. I think it was a 17 for the strut. Drop that down, pull the axle out. You don't have to take the whole assembly off. You could bend it down, make sure you pull the axle out, and then the hub, there's 19 millimeters. There's 2 on each side holding it in. Take that off, and then we can feed our e-brake cable through. Let me get it light. Originally it was right back there, but this bracket that comes with it, I mounted it down there because that bracket doesn't fit in that section. So mounted it, e-brake is coming through, and then it goes into the back of the like the dust shield here, and then you just have to hook it in. So I'll show you how to hook it in when I do the other side, when I get up to that. But like I said, go watch the other video if you're not too sure on how to disassemble this, and then we'll pick up from there.
got it fed through. It's got to hook into this piece right here. Now I gotta pry that up somehow and make it work. Here's my screwdrivers. Like that. See anything here? Let's get you in this little guy. Of course, I didn't bring pliers with me. Pretty sure it's gonna get put into there. All right, that's done. And now let's just reverse what we just did. Hopefully you saw any of that. Reverse what we just did, put it all back together, and then I still gotta tighten that bracket over there because I left it loose, and then just bolt everything back together. I think we're done. So I'll get back with you in a second. So, you spin, pull the e-brake, no spin. So, if anything, there is an I feel like that pulls up a lot right now, so there is an adjustment in here, I believe, to pull it tighter. And then also, there's like an adjustment down here somewhere. I think like in here, you might be able to go through that to adjust it. Just to make the pads sit a little bit more, but good. All right, so the project was actually pretty simple. As long as you do this while you're doing your whole rear assembly, because you have to take the whole thing apart. Technically, I believe it said in the last video of just doing the rear brake upgrade. I believe you could just put the new rotor and caliper on, and you just won't have any rear e-brake. So this whole setup, that whole assembly, you make it more, I guess, more streetable, where you have a e-brake that you can leave the car running and get out. If you didn't have the e-brake, you would have to turn your car off to put it in gear just so it would roll. I guess you could carry like wheel chocks or something, but whole setup, very simple. Hardest part for me was taking the, taking this wire, the end of this, out of the bracket that's underneath the car because it was really corroded. So that took good like half hour just to get that off. Other than that, even dismantling the whole assembly again just to send the wire through wasn't even that bad because I guess I got practice doing it last time. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything, or you like this car, cool engine swap, be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment down below. The video I did see was for S13, and there was something with making a bracket. This, you don't need a bracket. It's kind of like very simple once you get those e-brake cables. So join me again. All I really have to do is break these, bed these pads in. I'm not doing that today. I probably wind up doing that off camera because who the hell wants to see me just go and hit the brakes. So join me again, and we will be back with more content on this. And I don't know what's next. We'll see. I kind of have an idea what's next. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.